The company's annual celebration was one of those events where people dressed like they were auditioning for a movie, glittering dresses, expensive suits, and fake smiles that tried to hide corporate grudges. I walked in holding my wife's hand, expecting her to stay close like she usually did. Instead, the second she spotted her boss across the room, she dropped my hand so fast you'd think it burned her. Her whole face lit up, a brightness she never showed me anymore, and she practically floated toward him with this exaggerated laugh that made a few co-workers glance in my direction, almost apologetically, like they knew something I didn't. As I followed her, staying calm, I noticed how she positioned herself, chin tilted, shoulders back, leaning slightly toward her boss as if every word he said was sacred. He played right into it, sliding his arm behind her in a way that wasn't quite touching, but close enough to claim space. She introduced me with a quick, dismissive gesture, a half-hearted, "This is my husband," as if I were some distant cousin. She barely remembered. And then she said it, "Daniel is honestly the most impressive man I know. I mean, look at him. He's practically running this whole place on his own." She said it loud enough that even people at the bar turned to look. And when her boss grinned smugly, I saw something flicker behind his eyes. A confidence he shouldn't have had in front of another man's wife. For a moment, I let her talk. She kept praising him, exaggerating everything, his leadership, his charisma, how real men like him know how to get things done. Every sentence stabbed a little deeper. But what hurt more was how she kept glancing at me after each one, almost testing how far she could push me. Her co-workers shifted uncomfortably, pretending to sip their drinks just to escape the awkward energy. And even Daniel seemed unsure how to handle her over-the-top admiration. But she didn't stop. She kept comparing, hinting, laughing too hard at jokes that weren't funny. It was a performance, and the whole room had front row seats. When Daniel placed his hand on her lower back for just a second too long, the mood shifted. The air tightened. A couple of people exchanged looks. The kind co-workers give when they know drama is about to explode. My wife didn't move away. She leaned into it. That was when Daniel made the mistake of saying, "She's my most dedicated employee, always available whenever I need her." The way he emphasized available made even his assistant glance at him like he'd crossed a line. My wife giggled, touching his chest in this playful, intimate way I'd never seen in public. I stepped closer, slow and steady, a calmness in my voice that hid the storm inside me. I placed my hand lightly around her waist, not grabbing, not controlling, just a reminder that I existed. But the way she stiffened told me everything. She wasn't embarrassed. She was afraid. She knew something was coming. Daniel noticed the shift immediately and straightened his posture, his fake confidence slipping like a cracked mask. The tension between the three of us thickened, and the people nearby subtly drifted back, wanting to see without looking like they were watching. I leaned in so close that only she could hear me. And the moment my breath touched her ear, she froze like a statue. In the softest, calmest voice, I whispered, "I know about the hotel, the texts, the deleted calls, and Daniel's email last night begging you not to tell HR." Her body reacted instantly. Her shoulders locked, her smile collapsed, and her eyes widened just enough for Daniel to notice something was wrong. She tried to force a laugh, but it came out as a choked breath. Color drained from her face so fast it was like her blood vanished. Then I turned to Daniel slowly, deliberately. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. Calm kills louder than anger ever will. "You should have picked someone smarter," I murmured. "HR already has the screenshots. The board gets them Monday morning." His entire expression shattered. Gone was the cocky executive who thought he could flirt with married women without consequences. His jaw dropped, his eyes darted around the room, and he actually took a step back as if I had physically struck him. His supervisor, who had overheard just enough, tightened his face and started approaching him like a predator closing in on weak prey. My wife grabbed my arm with trembling fingers, whispering desperately, "Please, please don't do this here. Let's talk. Please." Her voice cracked, not from guilt, but from fear of losing the life she constructed behind my back. I slowly removed her hand, her nails dragging lightly against my sleeve, showing just how terrified she was. "You wanted attention," I said softly. "You got it. Around us, Co-workers stared silently, pretending to look elsewhere while absorbing every detail. Gossip would explode by morning. Reputations would burn by noon. Daniel tried to defend himself, stuttering something about miscommunication and professional distance, but his supervisor shut him down instantly. "Daniel, we're talking now." His tone wasn't a suggestion. It was a career funeral announcement. Daniel looked at my wife, then at me, then at the exit like he was trying to figure out which direction had the least destruction. But it was too late. His world was already collapsing. My wife reached for me again, desperation trembling in her voice. "Please don't leave. We can fix this." But I stepped away from her, giving her the coldest, calmest look I'd given all night. "Fix what?" I asked softly. "Your job. His job. Or the marriage you burned long before tonight." Her lip trembled as she realized there was no way out. Not this time, not with witnesses, not with proof. And then I delivered the final blow. Not loud, not dramatic, just devastatingly calm. "Enjoy the rest of the party. You and Daniel deserve each other." I turned and walked away while the whispers grew louder behind me. Daniel stood pale and defeated, already being escorted out by his supervisor. My wife stood alone, surrounded by stares, judgment, and the ruins of the lies she built. She reached out toward me one last time, but I didn't turn around. They wanted attention. I gave them consequences. And that night, I didn't just walk away. I left them both with a truth they could never escape.